Were you concerned when you first started? I mean, obviously you're very happy working with the girls, but the chances are, you know, 1 out of 3, which are the usual odds, could turn out to be a pain in the proverbial. But in each case, they're terrific.
Oh, they're just extraordinary. And I mean, I just can't believe Marina. She's just constantly happy. I don't know what it is. It's confusing me.
I think what she's happy about at the moment is the fact that she's been given the opportunity of moving away from a lot of the stuff that she's done in the past. And now, I mean, she's doing something which is off the wall, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. There's one particular moment where she clambers on top of me on stage. I think that...
must be hard for you.
Yes, it's a horror.
Tell us about the drama concerning Geraldine, because it was quite dramatic, wasn't it?
Well, in the first weeks of the shows, of the previews, there were these viral infections that were going around, and bronchial things, flus. Everyone seemed to be coming down with them. And Geraldine came down with a particularly feisty one, and she insisted on going on, as most performers do, because they want to continue performing.
Especially at that time.
Oh, yeah, it's a very important time. And unfortunately, it really affected her vocal cords, and she had to go see a specialist in Sydney. And she's only just back with us after a few horror weeks of doctors really not knowing what was going on with her throat.
And back full belt now?
Oh, she's back full belt now, yeah. But it needed that time to rest and recuperate the vocal cords.
Very sad for her. I knew what was happening, and that's why I didn't call her, because the worst thing in the world you can have when you have voice problems is someone wanting to talk to you. But I do, I do know that it would be devastating for her, particularly for Geraldine, because she's such a pro and such a terrific performer. You'd have to drag her off stage.
Oh, well, it was incredible when she was still performing, and you could hear the pain in her voice when she was performing. And I spoke to her on the opening night. I gave her a bit of a bell and said, you know, it's so sad that you can't be here with us, and just rest and relax.
What'd you say? Who are you? Or what?
Yeah, she was curious. But she said at that time that it was the first time that she'd ever not gone on. Which is an extraordinary thing in her whole life, whole career there, and never been laid low or never been forced off stage by a lurgy or.
The girl who came over was obviously great from
Rosemary
London.
Ash. She'd done the show in London for, God knows how long, 6 months, a year or something.
I wonder why they didn't use the cover, but evidently she was ill too.
Oh, she was a bit, she came down with the flu. The night that she took over Geraldine's role, she was so sick, she was literally, the dressers would just put her in the clothes and they'd push her on and she'd go out there. She was fevered, and when she finished, when Felicia dies, she was literally bundled into a cab and taken straight to the hospital, because that's how sick she was on that night.
Oh, dear me.
So that was another little tragedy.
What was it like working with Cameron McIntosh? Because the very name itself is synonymous with terrific theatre.
He's just like an angry koala, isn't he? He's like a vicious, angry koala. Not that I ever saw that side of him. But
he chose you, didn't he?
Yes, he did, yeah. It was good. I mean, he just has a lot of insight, and I think he made little comments along the way which were always helpful. And he seems to be very much a part of a lot of producers will, just put the money and stand back. But he's very, very instrumental, very hands-on, moving everyone around, speaking to the directors, the choreographer, whatever, seeing the vision of the show, and wanting to get the best out of not only the performers, but the tech staff and the whole image and package as well.
Your book for the tour, you've signed for the...
Yeah, I've signed on.
Yeah. Do you know, it's interesting though, I mean, I'm imagining things now, but I can see a slight difference in you anyway. I mean, when someone gets hold of something which is brand new to them, in this industry anyway, and they're really enjoying it, it is a fillip, isn't it? I mean, it's a real kick-on.
Oh, it's great, yeah. I mean, I didn't know what it would be like, and obviously it was one of those... take a punt and see what happens. But it's been incredibly enjoyable, and the reviews that have come out and the response from the public has just been extraordinary so far.
In talking about you and the show and the wonderful reviews that you've had, invariably the people you're chatting to say, Bert, you might know because you're with 10, Good News Week, will it ever come back?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
You're asked all the time, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I am, constantly. And some people still think it's on, which is a beautiful thing.
Yes, that's
I don't know which show they think it is, but they keep coming up and going, I've only missed it the last 2 weeks. I think that's weird, because I haven't, hasn't been on for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll come back, but I do think it's a good show and a good format.
Would you do it again?
I'd be interested in doing something like it again, or, very similar. I don't know. But I do think we need, in this country, in any place really, a program that looks at the week's events in a satirical way and reflects, I suppose, how some people think.
And live too. I mean, ostensibly live, but I mean done as a live show. I think that's the important thing.
And there were so many great people. I mean, Adam Hills is just. I was speaking to someone on the way in. They were telling me about Adam Hills, who's a great Australian comedian. Just got rave reviews in the Spectator for his time in Edinburgh, and. It was shows like Good News Week that enable people like that to be seen. To
get up
to a wider audience,
See, with no disrespect to the Comedy Channel, because it does some great stuff, but you've got to have more than just one after another of stand-ups for their sake, for the stand-ups. I mean, they've got to be given a huge audience there with them, and also the chance to try their craft and ply their craft.
Yeah, well, to play with it, in front of cameras and do it in a new, interesting way. And I mean, there are a lot of shows that go on. We can be interviewed and so on, but to get a piece of news and to tear it apart, to play with it, and to spit it out in front of an audience is a great thing.
What's theatre done to your private life? Is it?
Oh, it's ruined it completely.
How does your partner feel about things?
Oh, Mal. Oh, you got a snap of her there?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Isn't she lovely? Yeah, it's not been the best for us. At the moment, she's in Sydney. She's back in Sydney. We're trying to sort of like,
she was there
fly up and down and backwards and forwards and so on. But it does make it very difficult.
Yeah.
I miss the little girl.
Do what I did. Get her in the show. I didn't get Mel in the show. And it's wonderful.
I've been trying to angle that, but not quite.
I know you have to rest for the rest of the day because you have a performance this evening. But I do thank you for coming.
Thank you. It's been absolutely
It's been wonderful. Thank you so much. I've told everybody they're just.
Oh, you love coffee. I intend to see you.
Oh no!
Oh no, do.
When are you coming in?
I shall. I know when the days are free.
Let's have drinkies after the show. Oh, I love this man. Thank you, Paul. Good luck to you, mate. Paul McDermott, one of the stars of The Witches of Eastwick, the star of the show, with Marina, Angela, Pippa, Tony.
And they're all great.
Yes, and the chance to welcome back, of course, Geraldine Turner at the Princess Theatre, and you can book right now, and it's bookings through Ticketek. Been great seeing you, Paul. Thank you.
Lovely.
And after the break, guess who's in the kitchen? Gabrielle Gattei's here.